Well, hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, well, this probably all looks pretty darn familiar to you guys. This is where we ended last Saturday's episode, right here, shortly after I thought that I was going to have a heart attack that day. Wow, what a day that was. So let me tell you a little bit about it. So I made some phone calls the following day, did a little bit of research, etc. I think what the problem was on that particular day is I started my chlorthalidone high blood pressure pills about 2 days prior to going down that steep incline shaft. Well, my doctor says that wasn't a very good idea because your body needs time to adjust. See, I was running at around 158 over 97 in blood pressure, and 2 days later, because I was taking those pills, I was down to around, say 138 over 87. So it dropped quite a bit in 2 days, and your body needs a little bit of time to adjust for that. And that's probably what was going on. That's why I felt dizzy, lightheaded, getting the tinglies in the fingers, tinglies in the corners of my eyes, etc., etc. So a few days have passed now. I'm not going to do anything as strenuous today, but I just wanted to let you guys know that more than likely that's what was going on that day. It was a poor decision on my part. I shouldn't have went down that shaft. I should have held off and did that maybe 2 or 3 weeks down the line. But it's over, said and done with. So what are we going to do today? Well, today I am going to hike back up that darn hill up there, and I'm going to make it to the top because I want to explore all of the minor adits in this area. Now that we've explored the major workings, I want to explore all of the minor adits and see if we can find any, make any discoveries in those. This turned out to be such an awesome site. I just don't want to leave any stone left unturned. You know what I mean? Okay, so if you look off to this direction, you can see the ore slide. I've already shown you all that. So what I need to do now is I need to gear up. And we're going to walk back up this big wash and go all the way up the side of that hill. All right, guys, this is going to be a lot of fun today. Let's get started. All right, guys, did it. Made it to the waste rock pile. Boy, that was grueling. Okay, let me show you around up here. Let me flip the camera around. So if you look off in the distance out there, see those snow-capped peaks? Those are the Sierra Nevada mountains. The wind is coming right out of the west today, blowing across all of those snowfields, so it's pretty darn chilly today. Okay, as I pan down this direction, I'll once again show you the shaft that we've already explored down there in the bottom. Okay, just to the right of it there, you can see those are the stopes that we were in, the top part of them. Then right down over there is where I attempted to get into the bottom part of that one stope, but it was all collapsed. And now here we are on top of the hill, standing on top of that waste rock pile that I showed you in the drone footage last weekend, where I arrowed it out and pointed our way out over there to the adit. Now this is a fair amount of material here, so that tells me that it could go in quite a ways. Now at one time there was cross ties and track up here, so they're running those ore carts out and dumping the waste rock over the side of the hill. So I'm just going to take you with me. We're going to follow this up here to the adit. Yeah, you can see it right over there. It looks pretty sizable. I just hope that it isn't collapsed because it is closer to the surface as compared to some of the other workings that we've already explored. Yeah, I'm pretty tired today. Wow. Getting better though. Getting better, guys. You just got to stay with it, you know. That's all you got to do. Just be determined. Okay. So what I believe is the adit is off that direction. Now, looking off to my right here, you know, remember when I flew the drone down through that, I called it the Star Wars Canyon right there. Well, here it is. And what I need to do here is, I'm going to set the camera down just right here on the ground to give you guys some sense of size and scale to how big this stope is. Look at this. Look at the size of this thing. Well, they sure cleaned all that out, didn't they? Wow. There's a blasting cap tin down there on the ground. Okay. All right. So, let's turn and look off this direction. We'll head over here and see what we can see. Let's hope it turns out to be something super cool, huh? What do we got here? Oh, okay. It's not a horizontal. No, it isn't. No, the horizontal was back over there by the stope. That's where they were going in. That's what they were working. All right, well, let's get a closer look at it anyways. All right, here we go. Let's see what we have in here. I gotta safely get under these stalls. Okay. And look at this. Look at that. It goes down there, doesn't it? Wow. Oh, I forgot something, guys. Shoot. Shoot. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, guys. Well, I went back outside what I believe that is an ore pass. I went back outside and went to lay my locator flag and beacon down. And I started getting dizzy and lightheaded again, for crying out loud. Yeah, you know, you get dizzy, everything starts to not spin, but just feel a little warbly. I don't know what the heck is going on with me. I must still be trying to get adjusted to those darn pills, those high blood pressure pills. Well, guys, it's unfortunate that that just turned out to be an ore pass. Now, maybe if I could wiggle down in there, it could possibly end up down on a working level. But look at the stope behind me. I mean, it's completely caved in. Everything is just fallen in. It wouldn't surprise me if all the workings are completely collapsed. And I just don't feel secure enough about my abilities today to head down into that ore pass. So I'm going to keep looking around here and see if there's something else I can find for you guys today. I think that there's at least one, maybe two other minor adits back down the hill and closer to Old Bob. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to head that direction and just keep my eyes open, see if we haven't missed anything. But we're gonna check mark this one off. I was hoping that this right here would be the haulage adit going under, but it just didn't turn out that way. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start working that way. I'll see what I can find for you today. Okay, guys, back again, and I'm lower on the hill. Let me show you what I found. Let me flip the camera around. So there's our ore slide, ore chute over there, and I'm gonna kind of pan off this direction. There's Old Bob down in the bottom. Now I found a small one just below the hill here, off that direction towards the ore chute, and I want to go do that one first. So after I found that, I hiked up on the side of the hill here because something looked a little bit peculiar to me. You see that flat area below the ore chutes and slides over there? Well, that was definitely leveled off with a bulldozer because The bulldozer that came in here in probably the early 40s was used to make the road coming into this location. But look at the color of the material that big flat spot is made out of. Well, that's kind of peculiar, isn't it? I mean, look at the waste rock above it and off here to the right. Now that waste rock over there makes perfect sense because it's coming out of the mines that we've already explored as they dumped it off to the side. But this one down here in the bottom, where did all that material come from? I mean, that's 20 feet tall, and they filled in the entire wash right there. Well, guess what? So this entire time that we've been exploring this site over the last few weeks, this is for the most part where I've been parking old Bob. I've been backing him in right there. Now, when you're down there in the bottom, you don't have an aerial view, but look at there. There's an adit right there behind old Bob. There's another one just a little ways further, and another one over there, which might just be a prospect. But there's a good chance that all of that material came right out of that portal right there. It was there. It was there this entire time, and I never even see it because it's kind of obscured by those big rocks. So let's get down there and get a closer look at it. But before we do that, I'm going to show you this other one first. Okay, let's get after it. Well, now, what's this one going to have to offer? Lots of wind. Whoo-wee, blowing like crazy. What do we have here? So it goes off that direction. Oh, a door. Oh, I bet this was dynamite storage. Yep. Okay. Let's get a closer look at it. If I can step across that safely. There we go. Nice little bench you can sit on. Here's another bench there. Had to be dynamite storage. Turning around. All right. Well, let's look over here. There's some dynamite boxes that were scabbed up on the side here of this, what was at one time. I'm not going to call this this ain't an air door. No, this was a brace. They keep material from falling that direction. But I might be on a false floor here. I'm going to be real careful. Oh yeah. Oof. Oh yeah, we got a winds.
Look out!
See this? There's our windlass. And the wind's going down here. And looking above my head, all the material has come down from the surface and piled right up on top of it. Is it worth going over there? No, it doesn't go anyplace. Stops right over there. Look at that old paint can. See the paint can? Guess what that was used for? I'll give you 3 seconds. Da, 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 da. All right. You filled a paint can with oil or some kind of lubricant, and that was used for lubricating the axle for this windlass right here. So it's probably a paintbrush in there, or a dauber of some kind, and that's what they were doing, was lubing up the windlass right there and right there. Yeah, I'm not going to go over there because it forces me to step on this false floor, and there's nothing to risk my life for anyways. Okay, turning around. At least we took a good look at it. Now, can I step over here without skewering myself on that board? Good grief. This is really interesting. Oh, it's another shelf. That's what that is. Another shelf, a little ladder. Okay, short and sweet, but hey, at least we looked at it, right? All right, guys, back to old Bob. Okay, over here now, guys. Yeah, that was kind of neat, wasn't it? All right, let's flip the camera around, show you where I'm at. There's old Bob. I got my locator flag and light beacon turned on. There's our portal right there. See, all this time, it was obscured by this rock that had fallen down. And speaking of rock, I'm going to show you what we're contending with here. This is a really, really dangerous situation. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let's walk over here. I'll show you. Look at that giant crack. It's already started to collapse into the portal. The whole thing is starting to come down. Wow. Now I've got a little one right here. I wonder if this one goes over that direction too, or is it just a prospect? No, it's just a prospect. Probably. Yeah, that's just a little one up there too. Okay, turning around here. Let's head back over to our sketchy portal. All right. Let's see if we can safely get into this without being crushed. Yeah, look at how that is all. Wow. Oh, boy. That is just right on the verge of coming down. Golly. Let's look up in there, guys. Yeah, it's definitely our portal. Let's look off that direction. We got another one going that way too. Yikes. I wonder how much on the verge that thing is ready to come on down. Well, what to do? Golly, this thing is just absolutely screaming at me not to do it. It really is. All right, guys, give me a minute. I mean, just look at that thing. I wonder, you know what I should do? I should just chuck some rocks at it. And whatever falls is whatever falls. Why don't we do that? You know, let's just see what happens. First of all, let me put the camera in a place that it won't get hurt. Like maybe over here. Like maybe something. There. Okay, stand back here a little ways. Come on now. See? Told you. That sucker was ready to go. It was right there. There we go. Okay. Now I'm gonna put a rock on that, see if it moves. That's pretty stout. Yeah, that is pretty stout. All right. Okay, guys. I'll be back. Okay, here we go. So, what I gotta do here, as you can see, this whole thing is just this. It looks like that might be holding it up, but it's not. No, it isn't. So I gotta just go real slow here.
Oh, good grief. Oh my gosh. Geez, I don't, you guys didn't see that. I just knocked some rocks down and more came down. Oh my gosh. I hate to, if I step right there, if that thing moves, I'm going to be dead. Oh my God. Well, now I'm in the danger zone. There ain't no getting out of this now. All right, here we go. All right. Quickly. Quickly, quickly. And we did it. Oh, that was scary. All right, guys. What the heck is that? All right, guys. I'll be back. I just need to shake off the adrenaline. I'll be back. All right, back again. Yeah, that was something else. Now, look at what we have in here. A dining canopy. A 12 by 12 dining canopy. Yeah, so if you're having a picnic, you know, it keeps the sun off you. And over there is a thing of Coleman fuel. White gas right there. Is it full? Yeah, there's still some left in it. Huh. Well, I wonder what the reasoning for all of this is. That's interesting. Okay, so do we have some more modern day prospectors up in here? We might. Let's check it out. What do we have? Oh, right off the bat, we've got a winds. Look at here. Yeah, look at there. We have a laddered winds. How deep does it go? Let's see. When I get over there, we can look down. Oh, not very deep. Here, guys, I'll tell you what. I'll just take the camera. It's hard for me to see out there, so... Okay, there we go. You see down there? That's it. That's as far as it goes. Okay. So, got a winds and a windlass, and here's a peg. There's a peg right there that they were using for something. All right, turning it around. See, I just knew when I saw that giant pile of waste rock out there, I was like, well, they didn't bring it off the hill. It had to come from somewhere. And look at there. Here it is. This whole time. Oh, you know, when you do this long enough, you start to notice clues like that. Yeah. Well, right now we're just going through worthless country rock. Yeah. That tells me that they're up here trying to get to that copper vein. Okay, so speaking about copper, so over the last few episodes, many of you guys are like, wow, didn't you see all the blue? Holy cow, I mean, you told us that you're colorblind, but good grief, Gly. You didn't see all that? Okay, so here's the thing. That's interesting. Oh, those are the things that are used to tie your track, your lengths of track together right there. See, they pulled all the track out in here. Anyways, where was I? So, like, didn't you see all that blue? Okay, so here's the deal. Maybe if I do it right up here. So, what my eyeballs see in these mines and what you guys are seeing on your various monitors and screens is completely different. Okay, and let me explain. So, what you're looking at right now is the face. There's a muck sheet down here in the bottom. Here's the face of the mine. Okay, so this is how you see it, okay? But here, this is how it looks before I adjust the color, adjust the contrast. It's basically called grading, okay? That's what we call it. It's called grading. This is what it looks like before I grade. See that right there? Okay, that's what I see. See how much brighter it is? You see how it washes out all the colors? Now let's go back again. Okay, here's what you see. And here's what I see. See how much brighter it is? Yeah. See, I have, over the years, as I turn around here, over the years, I have figured out that there is an absolute perfect amount of light that you need to bring into the mine to really make all the colors pop and bring out all the detail. But unfortunately, for me, it's really bright white light, okay? And so sometimes if I bypass an area where there's a whole bunch of color, it may just wash it right out, and then I'll walk right past it. Okay, well, that didn't go very far. So maybe it was up this other drift is where all that material came from. Let's go find out. I'll just take you with me. Lots of, wow. Just when they were blasting through this, the rock strat is just going every which direction. That's why it's so coarse looking. Tell you what, guys, thinking about me having to, oh, okay, see, here's our dip. Now looking at it from this direction, see the dip going from upper left to lower right? That's why they dropped in this winds right here. They thought that they could come in a little ways, go down, and see if they can pick up some of them copper minerals at a deeper depth. Didn't turn out to be the case. All right. Yeah, that heading back out of this mine, going back up through that collapse is giving me a great anxiety right now. All right, so here we are, being real careful again, because now we got to go. Can we go that way? Maybe. Boy. Can we, huh? What did this used to do? Did it go anywhere? No. No. All right, turn it around. All right. All right, guys, here we go. I'm going to take this nice and slow. Easy does it. Easy does it. Okay. Oof. Oh boy. That was big time dangerous right there. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. All right, let me set this up here. Okay, guys. Oh, oh boy. All right. I'm going to shake off some of this adrenaline. I'll be back.
All right, guys, back to old Bob, safe and sound. Yeah, okay, yeah, I know I get a little dramatic sometimes, but when you're underneath a rock that large, knowing full well if it does come down, I mean, it's just going to be splat, and that's it. Gly Coolness is flat as a pancake. I'd end up looking like that guy in the movie Beetlejuice that that slid between the rocks, looked back and said, I'm feeling a little flat today. Crazy. But you know, from time to time, in order to do what I do and to find the neat stuff, you got to put yourself in a little bit of danger and a little bit of risk. But over the years, I've kind of like figured out where that fine line is, and I was pushing it. I was pushing it pretty good with this one. Well, guys, I could tell by reading down in the comments section and answering a bunch of your comments that you really enjoyed this location, and I did too, just tremendously. I feel pretty confident that we got into all of the major workings, even though going down that shaft was one heck of a slog. Wow. Whew, that was something else. And I'm happy that I came back out here today so that we could explore all of the minor adits. That was a lot of fun. Even though they didn't turn out to be anything significant, hey, all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted now, so we can move on to our next site. Now, speaking of the next site, you guys are going to absolutely love this. You are going to love this. So before I go today, I'm going to give you all a little taste of what's to come. So you're going to see this next mine this coming Saturday, but this morning I already did all the drone work on it. So right now, I'm going to give you a little taste. I do believe that this mine could very well be even larger, with even more workings than what we just got done exploring over the last 3 weeks. Okay? So I'll see y'all again next Saturday, but before we go, take a look at this. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.